Well, Billy, that was a heck of a fight for sure. Fight of the night candidate. Give me a feel how you're feeling after a war like that.
Yeah, I felt great, man. I feel great now. That was the first close fight I've been into in a few years. I can't remember the last close fight I was in like that. Usually, I get the dominant win or the finish, and it was fun, man. Me and Spike were going back and forth a little bit on social media, trying to get in each other's head. At the end of the day, I respect him, and it was a good fight.
No doubt. He had you in some bad positions early. I'm curious, how concerned were you during that? Were you ever in trouble? What was going through your mind?
No, if you watch some of my other fights, I've been in some bad spots before. I got to break that, slow start. And I knew he was going to come out aggressive. And, when he was on top and in good positions, I knew he was going to wear himself down. I thought in the second and third round I'd be able to break him. And, hats off to him, man. He stayed in the fight, and he finished right until the end of the bell. I was trying to knock him out at the end. I was trying to choke him. And, he's a tough kid.
Yeah. Walk us through what happened at the end of round one. You think was he showboating? Was he unaware? What happened there?
I have no idea. I said going into this fight, he's a very strange character, and I wasn't going to take him lightly. There's just nothing I can say. There was no crowd. The ref said, keep fighting. And the ref looked at him, and I looked at him. I'm like, I don't know. But I didn't know if there was 20 seconds left, 30 seconds left. So I planned on finishing him. We were going over. He does a lot of stuff where he'll like turn his back and throw like spinning back fists and stuff like that. So I was a little cautious, but I don't know, man. Like I said, he's a strange character, and I'm happy to get this fight over with and, on to the next one.
Nice. Like you said, a very, very close fight. How confident were you in the decision? Were you worried? Because I don't think we knew how they were going to score it exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Raise your hand. You guys think I won that fight? You guys think I won?
Thank you.
All right, good. I thought damage-wise, and I usually like to, not just because it was my fight. If you're winning the fights in the later rounds, I'm a believer in imagine if we would have kept fighting. I know I would have won that fight. I could still keep fighting right now. So yeah, I knew it was a close fight. I thought I did more damage. I was closer to submitting him a couple times. I was closer to getting the finish. You never know how the judges are going to score, and tonight went my night. I'm not gonna bitch about it. So here we are.
Last thing for me, obviously this thing got bumped up to the main card. It was a very impressive performance. There's a little energy behind you now. So what's next? What do you think is next for you?
Yeah, I told him back, I don't really want to call people out. There's a few people that I'd like to fight. For me, what I really want next, Dana keeps talking about, we were the first sport that was back. Sorry, guys. We're the first sport that came back during this whole pandemic, and I got a good feeling we're going to be the first sport to come back with a crowd. I would love to be on that next crowd. It's going to be the energy is going to be out of control. So if we could fight in my hometown Buffalo, that was stuff I used to dream about. Playing where fighting where the Sabres play. I would love to fight in Buffalo. I'd love to fight in Tampa. Even anywhere with a crowd. I want to fight. I imagine July or August we're gonna get hopefully a crowd back. In the meantime, I got my boy the Steamroller. He was in my corner. I'll be back in Vegas in a couple weeks. He's gonna get that win, and we're just gonna keep things going.
Billy, right? You said something like you were happy this fight. You're past this fight. Is that something you think about after every fight? Like you're just happy to be done with it?
Yeah. They say what's next? And I really do my best not to overlook anyone. I knew he was, Spike's a tough guy. He was 9-1. He's had one split decision loss. So he's durable and he's very good at finishing. He's a good fighter. So I don't look past him at all. We were matched up with Gavin Tucker for a while. And the second they told me that fight was off, I said, whoever they give me, I'm not turning this fight down. I got big plans, and I plan on keep climbing the rankings. So whoever the UFC gives me, I'm gonna say yes, and we're gonna take the fight.
And you brought up the fact that he only has that one decision loss. You've been to the decision a few times, wins and losses.
Yep.
In there, is that just like your veteran just shows up in that when you get out of the first round?
Yeah, well, not only that, but if you look at his record, a lot of his fights were against guys with only a couple fights. I pride myself on I've never fought anyone with a losing record, and I always take tough fights. It was when I was in the regional scene, it was main event. So a lot of these guys that got into the UFC, they were undefeated or whatever, but a lot of these they didn't beat guys who are these studs. So I know going into a lot of these fights, I've been on the Ultimate Fighter, I've been on the Contender Series, I fought these tough guys. So I knew just with having that experience, that would be one of my biggest advantages in this fight.
And then a lot of people seem to think this was the fight of the night. If you do get that $50K, what are you doing with it?
Oh man, I'm gonna invest some of it. I actually just put money down. I bought a new house, so I'm gonna probably put a lot of money into that. We'll probably get some nice stuff there, and I'm gonna be really careful with my money, man. I'm not gonna be one of those guys who, his career ends and I'm gonna be broke. I'm gonna invest a lot of it and hold on to it. I'll break my team off a little bit, and I'm not overlooking it. Last time I thought I had a pretty dominant performance and I didn't get it. So if I get it, great. If not, I'll get that win bonus and I'll make the most of it.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Hold on one second. It's a little quiet. I'm going to have to turn you up.
All right. Can you hear me a little bit better now? I can yell
I can hear you now.
Okay. Congrats, first of all, on the big win. Geez, the way that dude comes out in the first second, it was go from the get-go. At what point did you start being able to breathe, and how were you sort of handling all that chaos, especially in the first round?
Yeah, we knew he was going to be super explosive, especially in the first round. And, I could have done a better job weathering the storm, but I think it made it a little more exciting. He's very dangerous. He's got a lot of knockouts. And, when he was on top and I was moving around, I was just making sure he didn't land anything clean or catch me. So we knew he was going to come out and aggressive, but I've weathered the storm before, and I was lucky to come back and, put the pace back on him too.
And excuse me, how comfortable were you going into that decision that you had it? Because first round probably for him, and then you really started turning the game there.
Yeah, it was a close fight. I haven't been in too many close decisions like that in a long time, so I didn't know, man. We've all obviously seen a lot of bad judges' decisions, so I'm just happy, man. A lot of the media people think I won the fight. I felt I won the fight. I definitely won the third round. I really feel like I won the second too. I felt like I was closer to submitting him and beating him. So, it is what it is. I'm happy with the win, and we're gonna go home with the win. So, I'm happy.
And last question from me: Spike's last win was against one of your teammates, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, how did it feel to get that one back and sort of avenge that loss for your partner?
It was good, man. Alon's a grown man. He didn't need me to get this win back for him. But we were in some positions, and I was landing some elbows that were close to where he landed them on Alon, and I didn't feel bad at all because I knew what he did. So it was good, man. Spike's a tough guy, and he was talking a lot of smack going into this fight. He told people it was going to be a massacre, and maybe he'll learn from that, and I think we'll both become better from this fight.
For sure, man. Congratulations, and hope you get to rest following that crazy fight.
Thanks, man.
We'll go next to Jim Barcelone with Miami Herald. Your line is open.
Congrats, Billy. Awesome fight with you two tonight. It's interesting that he had said that. He said it's going to be a massacre. He's coming out. When you're going into a fight, do you listen to a lot of that as far as when it comes time to preparation? Or is that just a lot of talk too, and you do take it into account, you don't take it into account? He really did do what he was wanting to do. He came out really fast, really aggressive, wanted to take you out early, and you weathered the storm.
Yeah. I think sometimes he kind of showed his hand. I think he was either a little overconfident, or I think he was saying things to kind of to motivate himself. If you look at both of our resumes, I think I have a lot more big wins. I've beaten a lot of really good guys, and it was kind of fun going back and forth. I was trolling him a little bit. He wore his little mask, and I called him a clown, and he was talking smack. And it's a fight. I knew we were gonna fight anyway, so why not? I think I'm just hoping the crowd, and it sounds like everyone liked the fight. It was fun for me, man. It was it was really fun, and it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot of good reviews so far with that fight. And was it surprising, too, near that end of the first round, when he just sort of got up and started walking away, man? You just went right after him like a cobra. You just attacked. But
yeah.
What happened?
He came out super aggressive early. And, like I just told the media, it's dead quiet in there. And there was no bell. There wasn't even the 10-second marker. I didn't hear the 10-second marker. The second he got up, he turned away. And the ref said, you got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting. So I kept fighting. I'm not like, I don't want to be looked at like a dirty fighter, but the ref said keep fighting, and we kept fighting. So I don't know, man. That was a really strange move, and I'm glad the fight didn't end that way because I didn't want to win that way. But at the same time, man, I'm going to take that chance if you give it to me.
And Billy, what was it like being in this historic card? The UFC returned to Las Vegas, and so many, with all the testing going on, with no crowd, like you said, and just everything that went with it, and being a part of this whole big event tonight.
Man, it was amazing. This was a dream come true to get into the UFC. I want to thank everyone in the UFC. They've done a great job all week. It's new to us. It was new to them. And everyone, I think, really did a really good job. Dana White's the man, man. He put this together. They gave me a good opportunity on the main card, and I did what I can, man. I tried to put on an exciting fight. I grew up watching ESPN and Sports Center, so this is a dream come true, man. I'm just soaking it all in. But at the end of the day, I know I got to get better, man. I will get better. I promise that.
And lastly, from me, how does this put Tampa on the map, Billy?
Yeah, we're out here now, man. A lot of people talk about South Florida, Gracie, Tampa South. We got a great gym. I got a bunch of young amateur fighters coming up. We've been doing our thing. I'm the head coach of the amateur fight team, and I guarantee you I'm going to get some of these guys to the UFC, and, we're going to take it to the next level. Billy Quarantillo, you're going to keep hearing that name, so I hope all you media guys get used to saying it.
And spelling it, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take our final question from Rodney Edgar with Cage Side Press. Your line is open.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it, Billy. I was there for your Contender Series fight at the Apex, and I've asked a lot of guys this tonight, guys and gals, a lot of Contender Series alumni on this card tonight. I wonder what was it like to come back to the Apex and be on the UFC roster this time and actually get to walk out with music.
Yeah, it was fun, man. These are my old stomping grounds. I thought the fight was going to be in Jacksonville, and it would have been about a 3-hour drive from me. But, when they said it was here and out in the Apex, it was exciting, man. I love Las Vegas. But like I said, I want my next fight to be a huge crowd. I want my whole family and my whole fan base to get that Billy Q chant going, get the Billy Q headbands. And I want to be on the main card again, man. I think I deserved it, or I think I earned it. I'm hoping so. And, 2-0 in the UFC now. I've won my last 7 fights. And we're just going to keep things rolling, baby.
Yeah, I remember your Contender Series fight. You had a huge crowd. One of the bigger ones of the season. So yeah, we talked about how Spike came out of the gate, just all of fury. It looked like there were quite a few shots to the back of your head, maybe even some 12-6 elbows. I know it's hard to tell when you're in there, especially when it first pops off. But what do you think? How's the back of your head feel? Did you get?
Yeah, I got a huge bruise in the head. I have a huge bruise in the back of my head. And if you watch the Alon Cruz fight, that's how he finished it. So, I felt like going into this fight, Spike was, he was super friendly to me. And then he kept telling everyone it was going to be a massacre. So, right away he started elbowing me in the back of the head. I'm like, I can't go out like this. So I was just going to keep fighting until the final bell. And there was a few times he was in my guard. I was elbowing him right in the top of the head. And I didn't feel bad about it at all. My elbow's all busted up. And, it was a dog fight, man. I live for these type of fights. And I'm so happy that, everyone backstage was like high-fiving me, and even people that like security guards and stuff were like telling me it was a great fight. So I love this stuff, man. I really appreciate everyone, just supporting me, and I love being here.
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit, but I have to ask. The end of the first round was like one of the craziest things I've ever seen happen. What the heck do you think? Do you think he was being cocky, or do you think he just didn't know what was going on? What was going through your head?
Yeah, I think he was being cocky. I think he's done it in other fights where he turns his back and throws like big spinning back fists. We're getting ready for that, but if I hear one person tell me I'm a dirty fighter, I'm gonna lose it, because it was him doing a weird ass thing. Like, I wasn't trying to be dirty. The ref, he stood up and the ref goes, keep fighting, keep fighting. He had plenty of opportunity to stay in there. He could have stayed on top, and defend yourself at all times, man. He shouldn't have done that. Maybe, if he would have turned his back and landed a spinning back fist and knocked me out, people, wouldn't even have thought twice about it. So it's a fight, man. And there was no crowd noise. So there's really no reason for him to do that. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. I don't think there are very many people who are going to feel like you did anything dirty, because the consensus on social media is largely in your favor. People were very confused about what he did. And I even saw Aljamain Sterling tweet. He was like, the ref is wrong. The ref should have not even, told Spike, because he kind of went over there and said, hey, you got to fight.
Yeah.
He knows that, though. The ref shouldn't have to tell him. Does that make sense? When you're
shout out to Aljamain, man. He works with, all those Long Island guys, Ray Longo, that whole crew. I've been able to cross-train with those guys. Really, really good group of guys. And, spot on, man. Aljamain's the man. He understands the rules. It's defend yourself at all times. You'll never see me doing something like that. From bell to bell, I'm looking at my opponent. I'm not turning my back unless I'm throwing some spinning stuff. So, I don't feel bad about it, especially since his last fight, he landed some elbows to the back of the head. all is fair in this game, and I got the win, so it's on to the next one.
Yeah, speaking of the Long Island boys, Matt Frivola was the one who turned me on to you in the first place when you fought here before. Did he come with you this time? Was he on your in your corner?
Yeah. Matt Frivola. For those who don't know, me and Matt Frivola moved down to Tampa Bay in 2010, the same exact week. And this is in 2010. I was 0-1 as an amateur fighter, and he was 0-0. So we became good friends right away. We lived together for a couple of years, and we've been grinding ever since. We both got in the UFC. He was in my corner. He's been in Tampa for the last 3 weeks. We've been grinding together, and I'll most likely either be in his corner or I'm going to fly out for his Vegas fight, and he's going to get the win, and we're just going to keep things going all the way to the top.
Did he get word that Roosevelt Roberts called him out on live television right after? Did you?
Yeah,
were you guys back
we were backstage. We think it's hilarious, man. Roosevelt. It's the second time he called him out. It's funny, man. We want Roosevelt to get his name a little bigger. He got a big win tonight. I'm pretty sure. I know Matt's going to get that win in a few weeks. And I'm happy for him. They're gonna hype that fight up a little bit, and he's gonna get. Roosevelt better be careful. Be careful what you wish for, man, because Matt's a tough dude.
You're the man, Billy. Thank you.
All right, guys, take care. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Billy. You are good to go.
All right, take care, guys.